It's Tuesday, January 24th, 2017, and, well, Patrick Marleau let us down and only scored one goal tonight. Gosh, let's get rid of this guy. Oh, wait, it was the game-winning goal as the Sharks beat the Winnipeg Jets 4-3. Don't worry, I'm not that sad about it, even though I do like Winnipeg. This is Pucknology After Dark. We welcome to the show. We also want to remind you that the show is presented by Audible, an Amazon company. We've partnered with them to provide a free 30-day trial. You can search up to 180,000 audiobooks, and you can keep one for yourself, even if you continue using the service or not. Log on to audibletrial.com/PAD for more. You get a free book. You help support the show. And unlike the Winnipeg Jets, everybody wins! That's audibletrial.com/PAD. All right, we got a fearsome foursome here tonight. Hello, everyone. This is Eric Curry. You can follow me on Twitter at Puckguy14. And we'll go around the horn and say hello to Miss Lovely Rocket Backhander.
Reporting for civic duty, it's Rocket Backhander.
We salute you. Alongside, as always, the Canadian robot, who's probably not angry tonight, Ian Reed.
Are you kidding? I'm always angry. Like, what the fuck's going on? You have... No, go ahead.
And joining us as well from the Pucknologist podcast, along with Rocket, of course, it is Hockey Jerk.
Insert witty comment here.
God, you're such a jerk. Jesus. Nonetheless, if you want to be part of the show, you do so by using the hashtag PucknologyAD. You can also join us on the YouTube chat, on the YouTube page, or the app. You can also follow all of us on Twitter, on the Twitter addresses below. Of course, tonight you have at PuckGuy14, at iReadPucknology, at rbackhander76, and at hockey_jerk. Yes, all right. With all that parameters out of the way, let's get to initial comments of this 4-3 Sharks victory. They are now on a 6-game winning streak. Patrick Marleau with the game-winning goal. Rocket, I'll start with you. What did you take from tonight?
Tonight's game was about getting through the best you can, knowing that you're not going into the game at even close to 80%. This squad was so banged up all the way around that I was just hoping that nobody would get dramatically or drastically injured, basically on either side. This condensed schedule is brutal. I was hoping that the Sharks would be able to navigate their way through Jets territory without stepping into many pitfalls, landmines, missed passes, turnovers, etc., etc. And the Jets didn't capitalize on nearly as many of the Sharks' mistakes as they could, and hey, made a couple of really important ones themselves, including that penalty shot on Carlson. Jesus, Carlton. Think of the dance. Yeah, that's the kind of dance I was doing tonight. So it was. I knew it was going to be a difficult game going into it. It was a difficult game, not from a skill level, but from a sheer endurance standpoint. I really hope these guys get some rest, and then get some more rest on top of that. Maybe get a foot massage, eat some pizza, and then go back to bed.
Well said. Mr. Reed.
Yeah, I don't know what happened this game. This game was a weird one for me. I mean, obviously, you got to like the outcome, but, oh, man, it's the second half of a back-to-back. But, I mean, that's the excuse for both teams, right? They both played last night. So, I don't know. I mean, there's things from this game where I think if they become trending, I'm kind of concerned. But right now, it's a 6-game winning streak, so I'm not going to overly beat them over the head.
Hockey Jerk. We're going streaking. Your thoughts?
I thought that the Sharks had stretches where they, controlled the play and played really well. But then on the flip side, I thought there were a lot of stretches where the Jets were just totally overwhelming them. And, Dell didn't crack, which is good, but the Sharks can't continue to allow that to happen. They need to get it locked down much sooner and eliminate the drama, if you will.
I agree. This is one of those games where in the past we've always had them play down to their opponents, even though Winnipeg's still in the playoff chase. But this is one of those trap games for sure. It's the end of a short road trip, back to backs. I mean, they landed in Winnipeg, I think around 2 a.m. was when Randy's tweet came out from Portage in Maine. I mean, they had a lot of excuses they could have used tonight, but they found a way to do it. Albeit some iffy calls in the third period kind of got in the way. Ian, what did you take from the penalty shot?
If I'm a Jets fan, I'm pissed. Like, that penalty shot shouldn't have been a penalty. Like that's the thing. I mean, it really, it kind of turned the momentum back in the Sharks' favor. But before that, man, it was kind of ugly, and the Sharks kind of got a lucky break there. Now, look, I appreciate that we've been on the shitty end of this stick more times than I can count. So it's not like I'm going to be like, oh, boo-hoo, the poor Jets. I'm just saying it how it is. I'll take it. I mean, we get burned on shitty calls all the time. So the penalty shot shouldn't have been a penalty shot, but kudos for Karlsson for getting the opportunity and burying it.
All right. And he buried it nicely on his first career penalty shot attempt. And thank you, Uncle Darren Stevens, for clarifying that it was the second time that the Sharks have had a shorthanded penalty shot goal. Chichu did it in 2005. Hockey Jerk, Hockey Jerk, what did you take from the team overall in the sense that you had all the excuses, but they found some resiliency in the third period to get it done, even though they gave up an early goal to give Winnipeg the lead for the first time early on?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed it. The Sharks had a lot of stretches where they were just totally out of it. And we've seen in years past where, the Sharks are down 1 or 2 goals by the end of the second, and you could probably write that one off and be like, okay, well, we'll get them next time. But, since Peter DeBoer has come in, we've seen time and time again where the Sharks can be down by, like I said, 1 or 2 or even 3 goals. And they're like, fuck those guys. We're going to win this game. So it's a nice change of pace. It's nice to know that we can come back from how many of our goals down and kind of use every chance we get to our advantage.
Yeah. Rocket, what in that sense, so we talk about kind of the negative there with Hockey Jerk. I'll throw the positive at you. What positive outlook, besides the win, of course, would you say you could get from this game tonight? Because it wasn't their best game, but they somehow got it done.
Bringing Hurdle back into the lineup, definitely seeing that he's been, practicing and coming up and stuff, and seeing that he's ready and doesn't look out of place. I think you're seeing production from people like Karlsson and some important plays. I mean, God, even Schlemko and Dylan made some really good passes and some setups and some good movement out there. I think it's just, if you want to look at this team, they've got some real powerful pieces up the middle, but they really do have some depth. And maybe not sexy depth, they don't make amazing plays, but they get out there and they do quality work. They're not just out there playing garbage minutes, standing there watching the puck go by them, except for Burns and Martin. But that's just the thing that happens. I'd say that this team is still in good shape for as banged up as it is. It's got some talent and some heart and some skill, and I think that's a good thing for this club up the stretch.
Yeah, no, I think you find ways to win. That's not pretty, but it's a win nonetheless. So let's kind of recap this game. So the Sharks get on the board early, just a tick under 4 minutes into the game. Brent Burns with another power play goal from Couture and Thornton. 21st goal of the year. He's got 50 points already. I mean, he's in the top 5 of point scoring in this league. And Ian, yeah, we've talked about it before. He's definitely a Norris candidate. If he's not, the hockey writers should feel shame. But
Yeah. I think the Norris is he's a shoo-in for Norris. At least, I mean, he should win it. But I mean, if he has to get nominated, I mean, it'd be ridiculous. He's a shoo-in for a nomination, and he should win it.
But I would think you definitely have to put him in the consideration for Hart Trophy for sure. I mean, because where is this team without Burnsy?
Yeah, but I mean, you could make that argument for, I mean, if I know what you're saying, but I mean, if that was the case, shouldn't we just rename the Vezina to the Hart and it just be the Vezina every year? Like, I don't know. I mean, we talked about this on the writers' room on Sunday, so check that out if you haven't already. And
Good plug.
I can see the argument, but I just like, when's the last time you've seen a defenseman nominated for the Norris or for the Hart? Sorry, obviously they always get nominated for the Norris.
I saw somebody nominated for the Norris last year. Hey.
Yeah, well, it's the best defenseman trophy, so I mean, I hope they nominate defenseman for it.
Right.
But I mean, it's just not an award that defensemen have been considered for. I don't even know how, and how long. I really have to go look it up, and I really should at this point since it's come up a couple times. I don't remember the last time that I've ever seen a defenseman even nominated for the Hart. I mean, who's a defenseman that's won it? Maybe, or like, I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing too, is the Hart Trophy is probably the one trophy where you could have, a long list of guys who should or could win it. I mean, if you ask me, every team has an MVP, and it's just a matter of which player is more of an MVP. So maybe the Hart Trophy should be the MMVP award, most valuable player.
Most valuable player. I think that I just don't see it. I just don't see the writers doing it, especially when you consider most of them are out east.
The last time that there was a defenseman that won the Hart Memorial Trophy was Chris Pronger in 2000 with the St. Louis Blues.
We did go over that on Sunday, and I forgot already.
I mean, that's crazy, because I thought Lidstrom would have been at least nominated for
it. Like that's what I mean.
Not only that, but there are a handful of guys who I would pick to win it before I would pick Brent Burns. I mean, obviously you look at Sidney Crosby, you look at Connor McDavid, and even a dark horse, honestly, I could see Devin Dubnyk get some Hart votes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Speaking of goaltending, Dell got into the net tonight. I know, shocker. Huge shock. Probably the greatest shockers in the world. But he had a tough one at it with Brian Little. He tied the game up on a nice little backhander that just kind of trickled over Dell's leg pad. I can't figure what I was trying to say. From Morrissey and Bufflin at 8:02. Got this game tied at 1. I wasn't too worried about that one, although in the second period, while Logan got the go-ahead goal at just 27 seconds on a nice tip-in from Bodker and Vlasic. Andrew Kopp with a nice rocket shot. Was it me, Rocket, or did he look like he kind of ducked a little bit or maybe he was trying to get with the shoulder save?
I think it was just you. Camera angle catches a lot different of a reality than what Del sees. So maybe he saw something that the camera angle saw from just a little bit different.
Yeah, again, the first angle that I saw on the replay, I was like, did he duck out away? And I saw a couple comments on Twitter. That's why I mentioned it. But I thought maybe he was trying to get the shoulder on there, and I was like,
I don't know what he was doing.
Probably.
Yeah,
I mean, I look at taking even with the mask. I mean, taking a puck off the mask isn't fun. Isn't fun, but it's why you have a mask.
It's true. It's true.
Ayo saying
you're in the NHL. Like, use your head.
Ayo in the chat saying if Sharks had lost tonight, I would have blamed it on the Wingles trade.
Well, I had 2 games for Indiana hat trick, so I could watch the world burn, and it didn't happen. So
Yeah, like AJ said, if a 90-mile-per-hour slapper was coming at your face, you'd flinch too.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid whatever to be a goalie in the NHL.
Yeah,
Get your head in front of it.
Cop from
Stop
I've
Vince.
it all
seen a Mighty
sucks.
Ducks. I've seen a Mighty Ducks. A Mighty Ducks. I know how it works.
Now we got to strap him to the post tomorrow.
Mhm.
That's right. Goldberg,
Poor
you're the
guy.
goalie. It's supposed to hit you. So stupid anyone. Sorry. Okay. No, I will not replicate the Mighty Ducks because I could do that.
Too late.
Vince, you were saying Cop channeled his inner Magic Line, eh? You gotta say the full name in order to get it. Yeah. Yeah, AJ, considering his play this season, I think Burns gets nominations for the Norris, Hart, and Vezina.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah, it's very true. It happens. Yeah, like Chester Chivo just said, if a bee flies towards my face, I flinch. Yeah, it just happens.
That's why you're not an NHL goalie, Chester.
Wow. Yes, maybe he is a little angry, folks. I don't know. 4 minutes into the third period, Brian Little crashes in and scores his second of the game from Morrissey and Line. 4 minutes into the third, you're thinking, oh crap, Winnipeg, here we go. Winnipeg is a good, strong team, that has its ways here and there. And with Line back in the lineup tonight, I thought the Sharks kind of hockey trick. I think the Sharks played Line fairly well.
Aaron Dell's not a rookie. Aaron Dell is like 20,000 years old.
That's true. He's older than I am.
He's an NHL rookie, though. That's
I don't care. He's played plenty of professional hockey.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
He's not 19.
Yeah. To answer your question, though, Eric, I thought the Sharks did a good job of neutralizing Patrick Laine, and it's kind of a theme we've been seeing a lot this year. I mean, I think back to both times the Sharks played the Edmonton Oilers. McDavid rarely was on the score sheet, and when he was, I think the only goal he scored was kind of a whiff shot that went off of somebody. And we've seen, obviously this year and a little bit last year too, where the Sharks have this knack of shutting down guys who appear to score against everybody else in the league.
Oh, you mean Mark Edward Vlasic has the ability to shut down guys who score on the team?
I don't know. I'm just saying you don't win games if there's not a goalie in the net.
You know what though? On Patrick Laine
intense.
anyway, he was playing a little timid tonight. Like there was that one play where he probably should have went into the corner and totally, like, I think it was Brent Burns, and I don't blame him. Look, it's Brent Burns. I ain't going in the corner either. But again, that's why I don't play in the NHL.
I have to think he's still a little uneasy about getting blasted a couple games ago.
Yeah, that would definitely. I mean, I don't care if you're a professional or not. That stuff, like, that'll make you flinch.
Oh, considering I've been blindside hit before when I played in junior hockey, yeah, that'll make you rethink sometimes. But moving onward, so the defenseman for Winnipeg misses the open pass, and it was a break for Melker Karlsson. He gets chopped and prevents him from doing something with the puck. Shorthanded, they call a penalty shot. Like Ian said, I wasn't quite sure on that. If they even gave a penalty shot,
I'm not
thought
even
it
sure
would
it
have
was
just
a
a
penalty.
penalty.
To be honest.
Yeah, I was a little iffy about that one. But Melker gets it done. Hockey jerk. He nice move. I thought he shot it a little early, but it fooled Pavlik to tie the game with halfway through the period.
Yeah, it was nice to see, and I totally agree with you. That was not a penalty shot. That was not a penalty. That, I don't know what the hell that was. But, Karlsson gets the chance, and he's more than just a, bottom six penalty killer, whatever you want to call him. Like, he's got some offensive flash to him, and I thought it was pretty cool to see him bury that because, everybody was feeling good after he tied it up.
Yeah,
definitely. And they were feeling good, and then sure enough, Mr. Third Period, as they were saying on the broadcast, at 15:27 from Carpenter and Brendan Dillon, Patrick Marleau buries a pass from Carpenter into essentially what was an open net. I don't know what Pavlik was doing, for the game winner with 4:33 left. It was a simple play. Carpenter found a nice pass for Marlowe as they were somewhat in the midst of a line change and buried it home for number 498.
Brutal coverage by the Jets D. And Andre Pavlik. It's not like he suddenly learned how to play hockey during this season in the AHL.
Yeah, there's a reason they waived him.
Oh, snap. Because he's bad and he should feel bad.
Well, I mean, everyone was like, "Oh man, Andre Pavlik, why did they move him? Why did they move him back to the, down to the AHL and Hellebuck sucks and blah blah blah." Man, I'm sure Hellebuck was probably sitting on the bench going, "Jesus, I wish I had 6 goals of frickin' support on some of those games that he won early on." Like,
yeah,
right. So,
Connor Hellebuck hella sucks.
But he doesn't. He's just learning.
No, he's a good goalie. He's just having a rough time.
Yeah, everything points to him being a good goalie in the NHL. This is just some growing pains,
which tends to happen. We've
seen that. Young. He actually is a rookie. He's actually young. He's not a 20 million-year-old Aaron Dell.
Damn,
I'm don't give a fuck about tonight, ain't I?
I thought he was 20,000 years old.
Whatever. I can change my mind. Alternate facts, man. Alternate facts.
Wow.
I'm just making this shit up as I go along.
There we go. That's
we'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Dang. With that, though, Patrick Marleau did score 498, so the Marleau watch is really on. Sharks organization, you owe me something here. Get your tickets for Thursday night, especially if you have a college ID, which I doubt they'll have that promotion going for too much longer. But if you have a college ID, you can go to the game on Thursday for $10. But seriously, $4.98 for Patty.
I'm on my way.
If someone can bum Ian Reed a ride from Ontario, Canada to San Jose, please do so. That'd be greatly appreciated.
Make sure you get your cut. Just get him here.
Yes. So, Rocket, the scramble at the end.
Oh God.
That was crazy. I mean, was it? I mean, I see what Bufflin's doing, and I don't blame him for trying it. But
if you can't get the puck in the net, just push everything into the net that's in front of the puck, and eventually it'll all go in, and no one will say anything. That thing?
Right.
Yeah. Well, he tried it.
He tried it.
Isn't it Wayne Gretzky on a Wheaties box that says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take? So
Sure.
you had to try it, Nothing to lose.
You also miss 100% of the shots you prematurely celebrate as goals. So,
but guys, what did you take from that? Because and what was the actual call there? Was it intent to blow? Was it?
No, he blew the whistle. Here's what I don't understand.
Well, the referee said it wasn't a reviewable play.
Yep.
But that's all we got.
Which I think is bullshit. I think that's
bullshit.
Then that weird ass call came. The Warham and Toronto as reviewing the call. Like,
what? Well, wasn't it inside of the last few minutes you get challenged
by the official? He had to shift the blame a little bit because, they had to boo this poor guy 6 times in the span of 10 minutes. You had to shift the blame a little bit.
Well, hey, you know what? He's a professional, and I'm pretty sure he's probably an attorney or a lawyer, or he fits golf clubs or something fun and easy on his time off. So this is I'm sorry, it's a tough and stressful job. Take off your skates and go back to the real world.
Here's the thing. I mean, let me try and break this down. So
break it down now.
Break it down. No, okay, listen. All right. So here's what's going on is that he obviously the whistle blew. So it doesn't matter what happened, the play's dead. And it doesn't matter because if you can turn back a goal because you intended to blow the whistle, you sure as can't overturn one when the whistle actually blows. So there is no way this could be a goal, period, because it didn't matter. The ref lost track. He blew the whistle. Quick whistle, yeah. Dell lucky, yeah. Very lucky. I mean, I think Dell got lucky a couple of times tonight. Like, I don't think this was a great outing for Aaron Dell, to be completely honest with you. And then, so obviously, like, that right there, that should have been the end of it, because as soon as they see that heard the whistle blow and the puck wasn't across the line, nothing else should have mattered. Like, that's the NHL rulebook. But then we had to go and they had to say, well, wait a second. Let's go up, let's go to Toronto for whatever fucking reason. So they go to Toronto, and it's like, it almost was like Toronto used Paul Maurice's coach's challenge for him. I don't know. I mean, look, I understand, like, Paul Maurice is on the hot seat here, but it's really bad when the league is like making coaches challenge for you. Like, you probably want to challenge that, Paul. So I mean, like, I don't get it, because again, it all goes back to the fact the whistle was blown. And if you can call back a goal for intending to blow, then you sure as hell can't overturn when the whistle actually blew.
NHL, when will we get consistent officiating? You guys need to really have some more summits on this.
But there is something for, like, late in the game that it can go to Toronto and they can do a challenge for you.
They automatically review everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and especially at the end of the game, they can, I think they can unilaterally overturn a goal. But I just, the fact is the whistle blew, which is like, you kind of go through your flow chart and it's like, did the whistle blow before the puck crossed the line? Yes. Not a goal. Like, I should do this flow chart. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow when I'm not.
That's such a good idea.
But I can go through the flow chart of what's a goal. Is it the Sharks? Yes. Not a goal.
Overturn.
Automatically overturned. Just go right to the bottom of this. If it was the Shark shooting, is it the Sharks? Yes. Right to the bottom. Overturned.
Yeah, there's
so accurate.
I know there's something on it where they can go to Toronto and they can actually implement the challenge itself. I got to look it up.
Mike Nevis in the chat saying we need a Brendan Shanahan and Lynn video explanation of this.
As the video clearly shows, the ref blew the whistle, therefore it is not a goal.
So therefore,
I don't know the rule in the book. I'm sorry.
It was an intent to blow.
That's right. No, he blew the whistle. It wasn't even intended. He blew it.
He then blew the whistle before.
But he wasn't sure why he was blowing it. So even though he had intent to call a penalty, he wasn't sure what the penalty was when he was intending to call it. And we can tell this from looking at his eyes.
I'm Brendan.
Aaron Dell let in a goal, but he intended to save it. So was it really a goal?
True.
Oh, I like this logic.
On Tuesday, the 24th of January, there was a goal. There was a goal review in Winnipeg. As you can clearly see on the video, the goal never crossed the line before the whistle was blown. Therefore, due to rule blah 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 in the NHL rule book, this is not a goal.
Due to rule 1, it's not a goal.
It is not a goal.
Oh, here we have the official statement from the league. At 1943 of the third period of the Sharks-Jets game, the Situation Room initiated a video review because the puck had entered the San Jose net. The referee informed the Situation Room that he had blown his whistle to stop play before the puck crossed the goal line. According to Rule 78.5, apparent goals shall be disallowed when the referee deems the play has been stopped, even if he had not physically had the opportunity to stop play by blowing his whistle. Correct. This is not a reviewable play, therefore the referee's call on the ice stands no goal. Because the video review resulted in a no-goal decision due to the play being stopped, this situation cannot be subject to a coach's challenge. But the referee said we were checking to see if it was a coach's challengeable review.
He said we're checking to see if it's a coach's challenge.
I don't know. Paul Maurice was just like, I didn't do anything. Like, are you guys gonna ref the? I mean, look, maybe someone needs to coach for him, but man, NHL not probably. I mean, I understand you can sometimes swoop in and save teams, Arizona, but I don't know if you should, actually coach too.
Wow. So with that, the Sharks win their 6th straight 4-3 over the Jets. beating the drums that AJ loves to beat. The face-off circle, the Jets own us 62-38, with only Chris Tierney over 50% in the face-off circle. Ward at 33, Carpenter at 50, Couture at 33, Jumbo at 40, Pavelski at 22.
Okay, stop.
Stop.
AJ called me a bitch in the chat.
Hammer time.
What the
AJ,
hell?
you ignorant slut.
There you go. All right, continue.
But I do agree with what AJ says. The NHL needs Mike Herrera. I think that would be cool to have, and hopefully be uniform where they can use them on local telecasts. Mike Nevis says we need more Kerry Fraser. No, we don't. No, because he wouldn't go to review when a player was obviously in the crease in '98. Still haven't let that go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Sure. Sharks fans would just bribe him with more hair gel.
Ooh,
hey,
that's an idea.
Many more products out there in the market now instead of just gel these days. So
that's
maybe
true.
some mousse or
pomade.
some spray. Yeah.
Oh, he was Aquanet man. He was
Some
Aquanet
bomb.
man, and dude, that guy had a helmet before he had a helmet. That was unbelievable.
Wow.
I don't know if it's on YouTube, but definitely check out James Duffy with
AJ,
Kerry
I
Fraser.
didn't call Ian a bitch. I said he was clearly on his period. # alternative facts.
Oh wow!
Oh wow.
You're listening to Hairnology After Dark.
Yeah, what are we doing here? Come on. Didn't a trade happen today?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
Oh.
I'm getting to that,
Well,
but
host the show, goddammit.
well, I'm trying to, but you complain because somebody called you a.
Oh yeah, that's important. It's
That's-
me.
It's Ian.
Well, I was going to say that the Sharks went 1 for 2 on the power play tonight, and they've slowly started to get their power play butts in gear. But heaven forbid I say that. But yes, on this day where they traveled into customs and into the frickin' Canada, deal with all the customs, getting late around 2:00 in the morning at noon our time. We would have had Gary Bettman, but the best bet we have is Kevin Lacey doing
Have a trade to announce.
and the Sharks made a trade this afternoon. And it involved, you like that? That's production value, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The Sharks made a trade today with the wind beneath their wingles. Tommy Wingles gets traded to Ottawa. The Sharks retain 30% of his salary. San Jose acquires Buddy Robinson and Zach Stortini. Both of them, Robinson has played 4 games for the Ottawa Senators. Stortini and Robinson played most of their time so far this season for the AHL squad in Binghamton. So that being said, Hockey Jerk, what did you think of this trade?
Well, when I first saw this tweet, I thought it was somebody trolling because there's no way in hell that
Same
Buddy
here.
Robinson is a real name. But that being said, I think it made all the sense in the world. I mean, you need to dump salary, which they did, and they brought in some pieces to help out the Barracuda, which tells me that LeBanc and Timo and maybe even Carpenter are sticking around for the long haul.
Could either of these pieces be sent down to the Americans?
Oh, it's
They're
very
already
possible,
been-
especially
Okay.
Stortini.
They've already been sent to the Barracuda.
Yep, they're
Oh, so
already
they're
off
not-
to America.
But like,
Yeah,
even
they're-
if they go to the CUDA, is there a chance that they get sent to the Americans?
To
Oh,
Allen.
the Allen
It's
Americans.
possible.
To Allen? Yeah.
It's quite possible they could go to Allen for sure.
Okay.
That and the seventh the Sharks acquired a 7th round pick, to which
Pick, yeah.
I mean 7th round picks, they can be trading chips or they can be future captains. So we'll see.
Absolutely,
I was
Mr.
about to
Reed,
say.
what did you think of this deal?
I don't care. Look at I
All right,
I
well,
like-
thanks.
Well, no, listen here. Here's how it is.
Wow.
I have been I mean, Wingles being gone was something that I called way back in the summer. And when we came into the season, I'm like, how in the fuck is Wingles still here? And then we kind of carried on. And Wingles has had trouble, fighting his way into the lineup with some people. Look, I don't hate Tommy Wingles. Tommy Wingles is, a cool guy. And I think there's a lot of just cheap shots taking at him today. And I thought that was kind of shitty because, Tommy Wingles had kind of been played out of his job by other people, kind of like Matt Nieto. But Tommy Wingles, all around good guy for the most part. The room loved him, good in the community, stuff like that. So I don't, he's just a victim of circumstance, really. But at that cap hit for that production, it just wasn't worth it anymore. So, I mean, what you got here is, I know a lot of people are upset because you didn't, you've basically now given away Wingles and Nieto for nothing. But in the case of Wingles, you gain value because you're going to keep better players up on the Sharks, or maybe not better, but players that will be better and players that are a part of the plan going forward are going to be able to stay with the big club now. And, Wingles was gone at the end of the year anyway. You're going to lose him for nothing, whether it was now or July 1. He was going for nothing anyway. So, I mean, what you gain in value right now and what some people are overlooking is now you can bring Hurdle back into the lineup without having to send, a Carpenter and a Meyer or a LeBanc back down. I mean, those are obviously your three candidates for going back down. You don't have to deal with that now. You gain some cap space. Sharks are, kind of do that 7th round thing okay sometimes. It sucks because people liked, Wingles, but it's a business, man. It's a business. Yeah. And this is what happens in business. People get hurty feelings.
The way I look at it is this: like, if you're a dyed-in-the-wall hardcore Tommy Wingles fan, you're still gonna love him even when he goes to Ottawa and he wears a different sweater, because the name on the back of that sweater is still the same, and you're still gonna love him. Right. And as a collective Sharks fan base, we all give you permission 2 nights out of the season to be an Ottawa Senators fan instead of a Sharks fan. But every other night, your ass belongs to us. Okay. So
too bad those 2 nights already passed.
That's right.
This season, but next year. Oh, that's right. He's a free agent, huh?
UFA. I think he's going to find it. He's going to land somewhere. He just won't get the $200 million.
Of course. But like, is he going to, I wonder, will he stay in Ottawa or will he want to go somewhere else? I wonder.
Depends on how it probably goes the rest of the way.
He's going to look for opportunity to play. I mean, that's all you do when you're UFA, especially one who's coming off of a contract that you didn't live up to.
He had 2 nice years in 13-14 and 14-15. But Hockey Jerk, do you think maybe the change of coaches might have hindered him a little bit, or might have been, might have changed things around?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, under McClellan, Wingles was regularly getting power play time. He was regularly on, a really good third line or, on Couture's wing, and then enter Peter DeBoer, and DeBoer does little things different. He moves Marleau around, he moves Hurdle around, and eventually there just wasn't a spot for Wingles, and you could attribute his lack of production to not enough ice time, not being good, or whatever you want to call it. But like Ian said, that's the harsh truth, is that he was played out of a spot, and we can't dwell on it forever.
Right. And in the Twitter machine, before we get to the chat, Tomas Hurdle with that was his BFF, was Tommy Wingles, and he put this tweet out about 2 hours before the game. Tough day. I'll miss you, my best friend Tommy Wingles. I wish all the best. Fun must be always. Never forget that. Peas and carrots. To which AJ just said in the chat, where is it? Breaking: Sharks retain carrots, trade peas for garbanzo beans.
Well, there you go.
Chickpeas.
Here's something I need to address, because it's something I've seen a few times, and I saw it in the chat, and it makes my mind hurt. Guys, accept it. Michael Haley is here to stay. He's not going anywhere. Like, he doesn't make any money. He's not a cap albatross. He obviously, Peter DeBoer likes him because he's played him a ton this year. He's not going anywhere. It's
He's
time
not
to
a pylon.
just fucking accept this reality. I understand that you don't want to like it, and I'm not telling you have to like it, but accept it. For dear God, just accept it.
I agree. AJ also had a question for us. Considering their contract and what they bring to the Sharks, who would you keep if you had to keep one? Nieto, Wingles, or Bodker?
Bodker.
Bodker.
Oh, I'd just trade them all.
Fire everybody.
Fire everyone. I honestly I understand what I get that you don't want to completely write a player off, especially on a 4-year deal. But man, that deal's been such a bust so far. Look at for cap reasons. Obviously, you Bodker be the top of the list for me. He hasn't, you want to talk about Wingles not living up to 2.5. Bodker sure as hell isn't living up to 4. But I don't know. I get rid of all of them because none of them should have a spot.
I mean, if you think about it like this, though, yes, Bodker is having a crap year, and he's been really inconsistent, but the previous, 7 or how many ever years he's been in the league where he played in the desert, I mean, he wasn't a scoring machine, but he was providing a good amount of points, and, I mean, I have to think there's still a part of, that's still somewhere deep down in Bodker, and I'd like to see it reemerge before we just start throwing out bust,
I mean, it's been how long though? I mean, at some point, when is it fair? I think it's fair. I mean,
right?
He hasn't lived up to expectations, and
Bodker is more of a bust than MLK was in Obama's Oval Office.
Wow. Okay, wow, man. No, if sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
Should we?
I'm just gonna say go hockey.
Go ahead, Ian. Sorry.
Thanks. No, go.
I was just gonna say, should we change his name to Badker?
Yeah. Absolutely. And
sure.
And look at, I think that when you're this close, when you're this close to the cap, I mean, when you make a deal like that, you can't have it blow up like it has so far, in a negative way. And it's not like Podger's alone in the underperforming department, but I mean, considering the contract, it's pretty significant.
So what is the hindrance in Bodker's game other than I know he can't finish, but why?
Because
Sharks Peter DeBoer doesn't let him. Yeah, I was gonna say Peter DeBoer doesn't let him just skate around and do whatever he wants.
Okay. So it's not him. It's not him. It's San Jose, basically.
Because I mean, you look at the way Arizona plays. It's very okay, just go out there and score as many goals as you can, and we'll think about stopping the puck later. While with the Sharks, it's you need to be smart defensively and you need to do all the right things.
So why is it that it was really clear what kind of system Bodker was playing in and what kind of environment he excelled in? Why did they think that putting him in basically the complete opposite kind of system would help or even bolster his numbers?
Because you put him with better players. Because you put him with better players, and the idea is you put someone.
It's the system that's the problem.
But the problem is the thing is though is when you look at what he did with teams where it was more run and gun, but I mean his supporting cast wasn't exactly great. In a situation like this where you've got 3 solid lines, I mean you expect more.
Well, what kind of top 6, what kind of major team in the NHL right now that's doing well and has a good position for play? This is more of a run and gun system, just for reference.
Pittsburgh.
Okay, so if we can get Bodker to Pittsburgh, what can we get from? No, I'm serious. If we can shop Bodker to Pittsburgh and say, hey, look, we got this sexy guy with a lot of speed, does really well in some kind of like system like yours. There's nothing wrong with him. He just isn't good for our system. What can we get back from Pittsburgh? I mean, and really, would we be suffering that much if we even didn't get more than future considerations for him?
We should get back Mike Sullivan and make him put on the skates.
Yeah. I will beat you with your own head.
Wow. Woo. Wow. Okay. No. What? Maybe.
I mean, is that completely Pollyanna bullshit fan talk ever going to happen, or does that sound like something if we were to get rid of Bodker, that's what they would do is have to shop him like that?
I don't even know you get rid of him. I mean, I don't think Doug Wilson's going to. I mean, I can call him a bust, but I don't have any skin in the game. I just watch on the internet.
Right.
Whereas, someone that's someone's job, right? And you probably make pride in the decisions you make. I don't think Doug Wilson's gonna be so quick to be like, "Look, I'm an idiot. I just moved Podker, who I just signed in the offseason." It's not a.
Well, and look how long it took him to own up to Adam Burrish.
Truth.
Oh, that's for sure.
I came in on the very last part of that whole thing, so I'm still pretty much lights out when it comes to that.
So we have I briefly said Hagelin, Chris Edwards in the chat. Hagelin doesn't work in a defensive system. Look what he did in Anaheim. Nothing.
Yeah.
A012345. If Kessel is a Shark, I would be the first in line to buy his jersey.
I'm not even so sure that Kessel would work out in a DeBoer-like system.
Yeah, I'm not quite certain.
Is there hot dogs in San Jose?
I wasn't gonna go there, but I'm glad that somebody did.
If there's a hot dog stand in San Jose, he'll do just fine.
Oh, he here.
Laurel with 2 comments in the chat. Holy shit, Ian's rubbing off on Rockin' in a big way, or what? And also saying, so Hurdle Thursday? I would venture to say yes. I would venture to say yes.
I would agree with that.
Say which what? What are we talking about?
Hurdle will return Thursday.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be. I mean, you clearly make a move like this for a reason, and that reason is Hurdle's coming back. He's already been skating he's been skating full contact. He's gonna come back. But if you want to go on Twitter and read something hilarious, find where Kevin Kurz made that, saying that he said he had it from a good source, and then Paul Gackle just totally roasted him.
Paul Gackle tore him apart.
Good job.
That was a little surprising.
I was surprised by it too. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never seen a beat writer go after an insider like that before. That's
we're living in interesting
insider by fucking name only.
Well, okay, but I'm just, you know what I mean. I'm playing by what if you were given their business card, what's it going to say? I'm just putting it out there. Chris S in the chat also says Justin Trudeau has a Ian bust in his office.
It's true. He should. I hope he doesn't. Why wouldn't he?
That would be the best.
Sleepy Mofo says bring back Nick Bonino.
Oh, okay.
Isn't he on injured reserve?
I don't know. I don't watch the Penguins.
There you go. Context. Gackle interviewed Hurdle and directly contradicted Kurz's initial report, and then this happened.
Well, didn't somebody ask Hurdle about the February timeline, and he just laughed in their face?
He did.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered all that.
Okay. So here's now the most important topic of the night.
What?
Cool Ranch or nacho cheese Doritos?
Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch, fucking right.
Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch, yeah.
Deal with it.
I would have
deal with it.
I would have gone either one. Actually, it sounds pretty good. Are we talking Doritos
Ranch.
or are we talking Dorito Locos Tacos?
No, we're talking Doritos, man.
Doritos.
Oh, then Cool
Ladies love Cool Ranch Doritos.
Cool Ranch, definitely. Although the nacho cheese
Bitches
Doritos
love Cool Ranch.
Bitches love Cool Ranch.
Anywho,
see, all right, deal with it, AJ.
We welcome those of you who saw Brody Brazil and Curtis Brown along with Kurz in the studio. Just a reminder, please subscribe. This is a live interactive Sharks postgame show after every game, as you can tell. For more news and opinions about your beloved San Jose Sharks, visit Pucknology.net. And, of course, follow us on our social media channels. Whew. All right, moving onward. Oh, boy. So deal with
Mike Neves saying Kurz gets his rumors from Eklund.
Wow.
E5, guys. E5 confirmed.
Wow. Richard Davallo saying the Locos Tacos are more fragile than Trump's ego. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
wow. Moving onward, let's hit. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to go around the league, but go ahead.
Well, NHL, our star, Sidney Crosby's not actually going to show up for this one, is he?
No.
Since you're going around the league, I just figured I would throw that out there because I saw him in the commercial. I'm like, you're not going, Sid. Shut up.
They've been promoting him in all the ads hard, and if he doesn't go to this All-Star game, then why the hell is he even on the damn ballot? I mean, seriously, he finds like every year he finds an excuse to go.
Yeah,
And don't tell me he was injured, because don't give me that crap.
No, he's injured.
He had a sprained ankle.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, well, I've been working on a broken foot for the last 6 months, but you don't see me taking 3 days off.
I wonder how many
like
times Jaeger's come to practice with a broken dick and not said anything. That's how much of a badass he is. Like, that's the difference between Jaeger and Crosby. Okay.
I think the funny aspect about the All-Star game is that Anze Kopitar was in the commercial and he's not even going.
Really?
Poor guy.
Who did they pick instead?
Drew Doughty and
Jeff Carter.
Jeff Carter, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which are two that
totally deserving to go. Absolutely.
I feel bad for Drew Doughty. I think that they just run him hard and not change his fluids as often as they should have. Like an old Subaru, just beat up.
Shoot, by the time the playoffs come, if LA makes it, the guy's going to need IVs.
Oh, well, actually, that's interesting. Today, a report came out today that Jonathan Quick, I guess now they're saying end of March.
They're going to shut him down for the rest of the year.
He's not coming back.
But if that's bad, that's going to be bad. If he's not back by March and they're out of it by then, shut him down. If you need surgery, get the surgery done ASAP, because
he had the surgery.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I'm saying if he's not ready to go and they're gonna say he needs surgery, then do it as quickly as you can, dude. I mean,
he already had it. He's just recovering from it now.
The groaning of that bandwagon as it lightens. So, everyone just steps off.
No way, man, because hockey jerk.
Live by the sword, boo die by the sword.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. And with that, let's take a look at the scores. The Kings did end their 4-game losing streak. They beat the New Jersey Devils.
Damn it, Devils.
3-1. Schneider is not looking good. Not looking good at all right now. In overtime, Boston beat Detroit 4-3. You also had the Islanders beat the Blue Jackets 4-2.
Making a comeback.
They're making a comeback. Watch out. Here come the fish sticks. Speaking of Pittsburgh, St. Louis shut them out 3-0 tonight. 5-1 was the score. Montreal beats Calgary. Calgary's having some tough times as it is lately.
Calgary is bad.
And they should feel bad.
Tommy Wingle's era in Ottawa starts off, well, despite he didn't play tonight, but the era for Tommy Wingle starts off well for Ottawa. They win 3-0 over the Washington Capitals. In Buffalo, it's Buffalo 5, Nashville 4 in overtime.
Wow.
God. Thank you.
Rick Jenner needs to stop.
Oh, God.
Tampa Bay 5, Chicago 2. I'll spare you my Dave Mishkin. And in a shootout, it was Minnesota 3, Dallas 2.
Wow. Who was in net for Dallas?
Does it matter?
No, they're both bad and they're too overpriced, but I always like to know.
In net for Dallas is, as it loads up for me, it is...
Not anti-Miami.
It was Kari Lehtinen.
Oh.
He stopped 31 or 33 in regulation overtime and couldn't get it done in overtime or in the shootout.
Kari Lehtinen all the goals. We get it.
Yes.
Kari Lehtinen all the goals.
So that brings this up to current. Sharks now have only one game in hand to Anaheim until they play again on Thursday. But they have a 1-point lead over Anaheim with 64 points. Anaheim is at 63. Edmonton is at 60. Definitely seeing a change here. The gap is opening between third and fourth, where Calgary is clinging on barely to that second wild card spot at 51. LA, with their win tonight, goes to 50, leapfrogging the idle Vancouver Canucks at 50 points, but they have 4 more.
Bros.
Thank you, Rocket.
Mm.
And the Desert Dogs, yeah. To answer the question, Richard Davalos, yes.
6 points.
To answer a question earlier in the chat, yes, Davalos. Next Thursday, they travel to Vancouver for their first meeting of the season. Yes, the division rival, and they still haven't seen him yet.
They're first of like 5 games in 4 days, right?
Something like that.
Seems like that. I mean, and here's the other thing: the Sharks are going to finish like an 8 games in a 13-day stretch. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. You get the All-Star break. This bye week, I think, is absolutely redonkulous, to be honest, because now you're running them ragged, especially in the condensed schedule because of the World Cup.
What am I going to do during this bye week? Like, I'm not like.
We're going to play Sharks Jeopardy again.
Okay,
I want to put
I don't have a life, so I mean, we need to do something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going to use the same graphics, little vegetables from last time?
I think so, because since it was so much fun how AJ and you were saying potato. I think it'll be fun. We'll figure out something for sure. So let's take
Tyler Gong in the chat says he sticks around for how Eric says Vancouver.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty rad.
They're all embracing the short house.
Did somebody say Vancouver?
See, and let's be honest here. If there's anybody to blame for keeping my short house impression around, it's Hockey Jerk. So
You're welcome.
thank you so much.
You're
freaking awesome.
You're just a jerk.
Yeah. Nothing new.
Dallas blew a 3-0 in overtime.
And didn't finish. They didn't score on the empty net on that 3-0.
Well,
wow. Jeez, I thought I couldn't score.
Dallas right now is kind of like the Ottawa Senators of like 2008. They have 2 goalies that play in every game. They have a lot of scoring wingers but can't win games. They have Jason Spezza. I mean, it's the makings here for a freaking reunion.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Chris says in the chat, don't encourage him. Jessica is saying, can you please do a competition with Jeopardy, like Writer's Room versus After Dark versus Pucknologist? That's actually a good idea.
I think if we're going to
I'm just not sure where Ian would go, though.
If it's going to be head-to-head, I think it should be like Family Feud.
Yeah, I agree. It would be like Writer's Room and Pucknologists against After Dark.
Well, the problem is After Dark's kind of made up of everybody.
We have
That's what I'm saying.
news.
If you're not on if you're not on the Pucknologists or the Writer's Room, then you're on After Dark.
We have breaking news.
What's it down the middle?
Hockey Jerk has just been fired from the Pucknologist for encouraging my short house impression. Those will be named later.
Oh man, I'm gonna do all the shows now. Yes.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
We need a.
Can we drive Angry Canadian Robot to the ground? I think so.
Coming this Saturday on Pucknology.net, it's Jerking Off with Hockey Jerk.
Oh man! And we've officially gone After Dark, folks. Oh man!
He's been working on that. He's had that name in his back pocket forever. I'm telling you, he just like cannot wait. Jerking out with the jerk.
You know what? Rob has a good idea. Pucknology match game.
Oh, that works.
I think that's actually a great idea, Rob, because considering how After Dark we can get, it makes total sense.
What about a pyramid?
Pyramid would be good too.
Yeah.
So this just in. Hockey Jerk is on waivers.
Oh boy.
You're on IRL.
Oh boy, that's not good. Let's we'll figure that out. If you have, we have 2 things we want you to. Wow, Chris, I can't say that one. I can't say that one. Wow. I have 2 things that we want to ask for your opinion on Pucknology. on the Twitter machine. Number one, which game should we play on the bye week? Let's say Pyramid, Match Game, Family Feud.
I do like
heck,
Family Feud.
we could do a Shark's Wheel of Fortune. That'll be really easy. And since I'm the host, I won't be able to own you guys.
Oh, wow.
Still gonna own us anyway, don't lie.
Also, number two, as you know, Nikki has been here and there. She's going through a lot of things, and of course, her boy Tommy Wingles got traded. We were trying to give her suggestions in our chat earlier today, but if you have suggestions for, and be nice now, if you have suggestions for a new Twitter handle for her, by all means, send those to @Pucknology on the Twitter machine as well. And with that,
any Twitter ats or use of the term chemonucleosis, I will be coming after you with a lawsuit.
And he will beat you with your own head.
yes, apparently.
Yes, I will. Rocket
All
taught
right.
me that one.
All right, and let's check the Twitter machine just to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Sorry, Chester Chivo says @wing gone.
Oh, that's not
That's
right.
not
Come
nice.
on. Wow. All right. Well, final thoughts. We'll go around the horn. Mr. Hockey Jerk.
Oh, I'm still laughing at Chester Chivo. Sharks win. It wasn't a sexy win, but it was a win. Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Back to you, Eric.
All right. Thank you very much. Miss Rocket Backhander, by the way, your hair looking fan-frickin-tastic tonight, might I say.
Thank
Even
you.
though it's not teal. Your final
No.
thoughts, my dear.
My final thoughts. Hey, guess what? This schedule is fucking brutal. I feel so much pain for the boys right now, not only for our boys, but for the boys across the league. Everybody just needs to take 2 aspirin and soak in some Epsom salt and then take a really, really nice long nap. That's my final thoughts this night. Everything will be fine.
Absolutely. And Mr. Angry Canadian Robot.
Just reminding everybody, Slushy Jake is 1 day closer to death today. Congratulations.
Wow.
Yay! Birthday!
That's right. Happy birthday, Slushy Jake. I'll get your Twitter shout out in a little bit. None the least of which, I think somebody has a birthday tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, Miss
Happy
Rocket
1 day
Backhander.
closer to death.
Thank you. One more survival of my birth event.
Absolutely. So happy birthday to Rocket tomorrow. And I think this comes as a shock to a lot of people lately, because we've kind of talked about this for a while, so I think we can unveil it now. Rocket will be hosting the show on Thursday. She wanted to drive the show for her birthday, but of course the birthday's not on. There is no game on her birthday, so she'll be driving on Thursday. So by all means, look out for that. And man, wouldn't it be something if it's goal number 500 and Rocket's driving the show? That would be
That's gonna go.
awesome.
That golf cart is gonna go straight into a lake full of alligators. I will tell you that right now. It's gonna be 2 minutes of me giving as many stats as I can, asking 3 questions, and then just hot takery out the wazoo.
Oh man, I'm tuning in.
Okay.
Awesome. Or join in that. That would probably be good. I mean, I'm sure if the epic happens,
How
I
many
would
shows
think.
in a row do you want me to do?
I'm just putting it out there.
All right, well, come on.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's fine. It's fine.
I think people are sick of me. Went back into Twitter.
All right. So,
Oh, I really need to- no, I'm just kidding.
oh my god. Well, we've gone off the rails, folks. Now we're done. With that,
Yeah.
please subscribe here. It's either down below or to the side. Of course, hit up Pucknology.net. I'll wait for it. Laugh in a sec. Follow all our social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the YouTube channel for Pucknology Writers Room. If you've missed anything from tonight, or you want to know where the heck the Pucknologist podcast will be, she'll be out on Thursday. You can hit us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, you name it. MySpace will be there. Okay, what are you three giggling
Is
about?
it fair to say that Mike Needs is the GOAT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mike wins tonight.
Oh wow. Wow. Wow.
See, everyone listening to the audio only right now, this is why you need to catch us live
It's
after
true.
every game here on YouTube. Pucknology After Dark, got our own channel.
Yeah.
You need to be part of the chat. It's interactive.
Chester Chivo is asking, will Rocket hosting PAD? Can she do the sexy voice the whole show?
I can try. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far into it we can get, but I'll sure try.
Yeah, Jessica, I'm the
I just
same.
need like no.
You just need what?
Especially if it's a Sharks win. Oh, yeah, you guys just need about 90 seconds, and then you'd be like, and we're done.
Just picture After Dark.
This is why we have an audio feed. I'm just saying.
After
Yeah.
Dark
Wow.
with Shorthouse, Bettman, and Sexy Rocket Backhander.
Yeah. Can you imagine, though?
Highest rated show ever.
Yeah, I'll wear a teal wig. It'll be fabulous.
To win.
Soft and sensual passes from Patrick Marlowe and Joe Thornton.
We have a trade to announce.
Yeah.
Rocket scores.
Ew.
All right, let's get here. Oh, God. Let's get out of here. For the lovely and talented Rocket Backhander, the angry Canadian robot Ian Reed, the jerk that is Hockey Jerk, I am Eric. Oh, Chivo, damn you. Does PAD accept PayPal?
Oh, but I do.
Oh,
Ian does
wow.
too, apparently. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work, Ian. You have a
What,
great night.
you think I'm like on the other half of the great cyber wall of China? We're not fucking communist up here. I'm
That's
sick
true.
of these alternate facts.
True indeed.
That's
We have
true.
PayPal.
PayPal for everyone.
Yeah. I'm Eric Kerr. You can follow me on Twitter at PuckGuy14. We will be back here Thursday night. Rockets taking over the show. That'll be freaking awesome. Check it out. And maybe we'll have a milestone to announce because, man, I have a killer graphic for it. Until then, keep it real.
100th show in a row. Oh, not me?
You don't have to be on if you don't want to. I'm just
It's imperative.
Jeez. Keep it real. Keep it tight.
Dance,
keep it
monkey,
real
dance.
tight. Good night.